if you're going through an article and you see a link and you click on it and it does go to a study, and we can also talk about how to know the legitimacy of those studies, but that's at least a step in the right direction, that it's not on their own website.
Yes. One of my favorite classic ones is, if you're around my age or maybe a little bit younger than me, you remember that there used to be those shredded mini wheat ads that all said that, if you ate that for breakfast, you were going to be paying much better attention in school. And they actually were told they had to stop doing those. They got sued over it.
Yeah.
Because the study was completely shoddy.
Yeah, and I was reading an article about that after you mentioned it, and so basically it said that students performed 20% better after eating a breakfast of shredded mini wheats. And then on the commercial, that was all it said. And it said, for more information, go to the website. But on the cereal box, very, very tiny at the bottom, it said, compared to no breakfast. And it's not, most of the people.
Yeah, it's not fair. That's not fair. Of course, the kid that was hungry wasn't paying attention.
Right. And most of the people who saw those commercials and bought the shredded mini wheats didn't know that it was based on versus no breakfast. And so their thoughts were not only that shredded mini wheats will help their kid do better in school or pay attention better in school, but also that shredded mini wheats was more qualified at that task than other cereals, when really it was the same.
Yeah.
All cereals will help you perform better cognitively versus no food at all.
No breakfast at all.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would be willing to go on a limb here and say, I have the feeling eating, fruit and yogurt for breakfast will make you be able to pay attention better in class too.
Yes. So basically, they said studies show, but the phrase studies show isn't actually showing you anything.
Yeah, I was forced, I'll admit it right here. I was forced to take a statistics class at college, which is probably the only reason I took it. But one thing that I do remember from literally the very first day of class, I think, was the professor saying, you can make numbers say an awful lot of things if you're good with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You should always look, because here's the other one. The study for that was paid for by the cereal company. So of course,
right,
they wanted to make sure they got the outcome that they were paying for.
Right. If the funding for the study is coming from someone who has a vested interest in the study, it's less likely to be reputable and reliable.
Yeah. Yeah, it certainly is, because I can't think why any company, big or small, would want to pay money to have a scientist do a study that then says that their product is no good.
Right, exactly.
None of them would. It would be very bad business.
Right.
But I think it gets a little worse than that nowadays. I mean, I think most of what people are truly getting scared about, what are other people doing it for political reasons and to really manipulate people's opinions.
People should be wary of a simple chart. If you're not actually seeing where the numbers come from, people are very inclined to just see something that looks official like that, an official visual that says, oh, they did the research. I believe them, because it is a statistic. But as you were saying, you can make numbers say anything, and you can even make up the numbers and make them say whatever you want them to say. So just because it looks official doesn't mean that it is. And it's, if you're going to post it, if you're going to share it on social media, or if you're going to comment on it, take a second and see if it actually is real before spreading it around to everyone else, because if everyone is believing it at first glance, then it's going to spread like
it'll spread like wildfire, and the next thing you know, you'll have millions of people who think that that's the truth, and they won't have looked.